Well, hello adventurers, my name is Derek, and today, to the point, I am going to be reviewing the Dungeon Vault magazine issue 63. This product is, as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the longest running active magazine in the TTRPG world. I could be wrong about that. Now, is this going to be an objective and unbiased review? No. It cannot be, because I worked on this product, I designed it, the layout, and I also wrote a big chunk of it alongside my associate and brother Arthur. That said, I will try to be as objective as possible. Without further ado, the magazine cover features the Katrina, which also appears in one of the short adventures inside named Hall of the Alebrijes, which is a Day of the Dead inspired adventure. Alright, we have the table of contents and credits page. I'm personally pretty proud of how the table of contents ended up. In this case, we have a 63-page long magazine, and here I have some small pictures of what's to come. We have an introduction page which provides some general info for GMs. This is written for Dungeons & Dragons 5e, and we have recently changed to the 2024 edition, but here there are some extra stuff, and then this artsy page with a knightly promise. The Sacred Pond of Fireflies is a very short encounter mini adventure that features this place. It's like a druidic ruin in the forest, and this masked character poses as a druid. Some people believe that he is not, and he's just someone pretending to be, but that is for the characters to discover. Now here is what I would say is one of the flagship adventures in this magazine, Hall of the Alebrijes. An alebrije is a kind of spiritual animal in Mexican legend. This is obviously inspired by the Day of the Dead. It features this illustration made by yours truly, which it bears some inspiration on the Coco movie, which is also Day of the Dead inspired. There's this in the main chamber, here labeled Area 7, a flower bed with cempasúchil flowers, which are traditional for the Day of the Dead, and here the image we used on the cover for the Katrina. On the right side page, let me move it. This is the Vault of Sapphires, a one-page dungeon. Now, this one and a brochure adventure that we have later on are system neutral, so the objective is to have everything you need on this page for a short adventure, in this case a dungeon crawl. We have the Elven Tower syllabus, a short supplement with randomized tables for tavern events. In this case you can see this big table at the bottom. The second page for the Elven Tower syllabus. We continue to the next adventure, Bowl of Black Dreams. This one features an isometric map. I really like how it looks by Perplexing Ruins. They were doing the Morktober challenge thing, and they created some very amazing pieces of art, and this is one of them. In this adventure, the characters must explore an old tomb where, legend has it, two twin kings were interred. No one really remembers what happened to them or why they were interred there. The place is crawling with undead. And here in the left page, you can see one of the twin kings in a very strange effigy. This was illustrated by Fernando Salvaterra. Then we have the Elven Tower's Beast Almanac, a section that includes new stat blocks for interesting creatures. Here we have the Mutated Coral Reef. This is a CR16 creature, so akin to a kraken-like threat. And then on the right side is our rendition of the Witch's Hut. This is like Baba Yaga's hut. Something akin to this appears on the Curse of Strahd adventure. And then the Hell Rider, a type of chaotic evil undead that always appears riding a nightmare-like fiend. Summoning of the Red Scion is the flagship adventure in this magazine. By page count, it's the longest in the product. This is why it has its own cover. Then it has this introduction chapter, the adventure primer, with the portraits of two important NPCs that appear on this adventure. This section outlines the adventure hook, a quest giver, and a notice poster that the characters could see that leads them to this adventure. The adventure begins at the Squirming Medusa. This is a tavern where Sir Keeland Preston is looking for valiant adventurers. The dutiful knight is looking for adventurers to save the region. After hiring the characters, the party must travel to Varhalt Farm. This place is under attack by very strange mutated stirch-like creatures, like the one illustrated here. In the farm they meet a woman, Juanita, who has a brother who has joined a cult. She is in denial about her brother's activities, but she's well aware that he is part of the cult. After finding the cultist's journal in Juanita's home, the characters move to this location right here, the star-strewn monolith. This location is a kind of planar compass or cosmological wayfinder. Here the characters can find the lair of the cultists. In the third chapter, Vessel of the Red Scion, the characters reach the dungeon, illustrated right here. In this place, the characters must fight the cultists, perhaps rescue Juanita's brother, and stop the Archpriest, illustrated right here, from sacrificing himself and summoning the Red Scion, which is a form of elder evil that they worship. I really like this illustration by Rick Hershey. There's lots of his art in our products. In the last page of this adventure, we have a small appendix with some stat blocks for the Stirch Abomination and these mutated cultists, dwarf-like creatures that follow the Archpriest. Alright, next is the Elven Tower Vault. In this section we present a few new intricate magic items. Here is the Sword of Ages. And then in the next page we have the Fuego de Sapo and the Shrunken Head. Next we have the Tomb of the Black Charro. Now this is our second Day of the Dead inspired adventure for this magazine. The Charro is a horseman who wears black finery with decorative ornamentation on the clothes, similar to what you probably see in a mariachi, but for horsemen. The Black Charro. El Charro Negro. The Black Charro is an agent of the devil who collects his debts and punishes those who are greedy, such as he was when he was alive. Now in this page there's something that doesn't look quite right in the A4 style layout PDF, because as you can see it's rotated 90 degrees. This is a brochure adventure. We include it in the magazine, maybe for archiving purposes, but I always include the files with the download. Now this is designed to be printed in pamphlet form, so this is what it would look like if printed. This is a mock-up picture. This is the first page of the brochure, and this is the second page of the Missing Children brochure adventure. Now my associate and brother Arthur wrote this adventure, The Elder Lizard God. Now he is our local dino enthusiast. He's seen all the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies. He's our dino expert. He made this one happen. This is the first page of the adventure, and it obviously has some choice references to Jurassic Park. Here it has this illustration of the Tyrannosaurus Rex skull. This illustration that Arthur himself illustrated. This is an isometric dungeon that depicts a very strange and old dungeon dedicated to these ancient lizard-like guardians, the dinosaurs. Next is this short section, the alchemy bag, where we describe a short rule set about crafting potions. However, these potions are strange because you really have little control about what they do. These are generated randomly with the following tables. There's no way to reproduce a previously created potion because every time you brew it again, you have to roll and get a random result. Next is our variant monster, the Ashen Revenant. This is a short 2-page supplement about revamping a very well-known creature, in this case Revenant. From the smoldering edges of Death's dominion rises the Ashen Revenant, a being forged not by divine will or infernal pact, but by the cruel alchemy of hatred and fire. And here is the stat block and a short randomized table for the Ashen Revenant's companions. And that is Dungeon Vault Magazine issue 63. This product is available on our Patreon page. Our gold coin subscribers have access to Dungeon Vault Magazine each month. However, if subscription services are not your cup of tea, the magazine is also available for sale at TTRPG. I've added links to both on the video description. Thanks for watching. My name is Derek, and this is Elven Tower Adventures.